Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm gonna talk about a certain period of your life, which is your 20s. At 23, someone just bought a house. At 24, someone sold a startup. At 25, like you kind of feel like you're behind in life. Like there is a clock ticking somewhere and you missed the memo. Somehow your 20s turn into a race and nobody told you when it started. But here is the uncomfortable truth. There is no timeline. We talk about being ahead like life is a syllabus. Graduate, get a job, get promoted, build something, optimize everything. And if you don't, you're late. But ahead of who? This idea that life follow a clean upward graph doesn't come from biology. It didn't come from psychology. It came from culture. We inherit a template like school train you in level, and also when you're young you play games, and even the games are trained in levels. And when you get older you get a job, and those jobs are framed in level. So naturally, we just assume that life must have levels. But human development doesn't move in a straight line. So according to developmental psychologist Eric Erikson, early adulthood is a stage of identity, formation, and exploration, and is not a mastery. Confusion isn't a failure, it's part of a design. In 1954, psychologist Leon Festinger proposed something called social comparison theory. The idea is simple. We evaluate ourselves by comparing to other people, and here is the problem. We don't compare downward, we compare upward. We don't compare to average person figuring out life. We compare to outliners. And social media made that worse. Platforms like Instagram and LinkedIn doesn't show medium experience. They show milestone, promotions, funding round, engagement ring, accepted offers. You're not comparing your full life to someone else's full life. You're comparing your behind the scene to their highlight reels. And highlight always look ahead. There is also something else happening. We have monetized ambition, and the entire economy is convincing you that you're not doing enough. Wake up at 5 a.m., track everything, build passive income, and launch before 25. Productivities become identities. But being busy isn't the same as being aligned. You can be ahead financially, but you might be completely lost internally. You can hit milestone but still feel left behind. Because the race was never about time, it's about comparison. Your 20s are neurologically unstable, but in a good way. Your brain is still refining long term planning, your identity is still fluid, your value are still evolving. Most people change career, change friend group, change belief system, change cities. Some studies show that the average person will change their career multiple times in their lifetime. So why are we panicking at 24? You're not behind, you're becoming. And becoming is messy. And nobody posts, I don't know what I'm doing, I regret my degrees, I feel lost, I changed my mind. But that's the most common 20s experience. The silence make you think that you're alone, but you're not. You're just early in your stories. And early chapters are always unstable. The real question isn't, am I ahead? Maybe is, am I aligned? Aligned with your value, your energy, your curiosity, and your pace. Because life isn't a leaderboard, it's a direction, and direction matters more than speed. You can sprint the long way and you will still lose. There is no universal clock, there is no invisible scoreboard, there is no cosmic deadline at 30. The only reason you feel behind is because you're measuring your life against someone else's timeline. and their timeline was never yours to begin with. Maybe this isn't the decade to win. Maybe it's the decade to explore, to experiment, to fail quietly, to pivot without shame, to grow without broadcasting. You're not late, you're not behind, you're just early. And early is exactly where you're supposed to be. So that is exactly what I'm doing right now. And I hope you can relate. And I hope this video make you explore more, to experience more, and yeah, fully live your life. So I think that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.